Alright, guys, it's time to go over the shooting of Jamie Johnson, shot and killed here in Florida, the state that I live in, which I love. So let's. I've had to unattach myself from the news for the past couple days, so I don't know if it's making its rounds or not, but it is popping up in a Google search. So this idiot gets pulled over for not having his seatbelt on and ends up dead. Let's find out why. I think this happened in Jacksonville. Okay, so he pulls the guy over, pops up. There's the audio should kick in. There we go.
How you doing, sir? Alright, so you didn't have a seatbelt on. I know you probably put it on later, but you didn't have a seatbelt on when you came out onto that road over there. That's fine, no biggie. Nah, no problem, man. You got your ID on you, man?
Alright, so dropping your phone and taking your seatbelt off to pick it up isn't a big priority when you're operating a 2-ton vehicle, but whatever. Everything's cordial so far, right? Things are nice.
Awesome. This car registered to you?
My mom.
Okay. Still live in Palm Coast or?
No, sir, I was actually
Okay, so you live
in Tallahassee.
in Tallahassee?
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, gotcha.
I rode back with my family. I just left my graduation this past weekend.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, so Tallahassee has TCC, Tallahassee Community College. It has Florida State University, but it also has Florida A&M University, or FAMU. I lived in Tallahassee. My charges are out of Tallahassee, so I'm very, very familiar with them. When FAMU has its homecoming, everybody leaves. There's a shooting almost every single day in that place, or at least when I lived there. The news was constantly on, and I can give you one guess as to who the majority of the color of the people were that were committing those shootings. And I'm talking, there were some heinous ass crimes when I was there. I lived in Tallahassee, and this girl got busted with ecstasy, and the cops said, "Look, we want you to rat on the person that you're going," and somehow that person found out about it. They kidnapped her and fucking mutilated her body, and that person ended up in the county jail with me while I was in jail, and they had that person on solitary, and they had to use SWAT to transport that person to the jail. Okay, just a little side tangent story.
Oh, no, I'm just scared of police. I haven't been pulled over in Jacksonville the whole time I've been here, so this
What does that have to do?
Well, I mean, you don't have to be that nervous, my man.
Okay, let's go back. Sorry.
Okay, so you live
in Tallahassee.
in Tallahassee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
I rode back with my family. I just left my graduation this past weekend.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Why are you so nervous, man?
Just cut straight to it. Why are you being nervous? Oh, scared of police. Oh, okay. That fits the narrative that the news is feeding you.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be that nervous, my man. So you got anything in the car or anything like that crazy? Because, I mean, I can tell you that you, just by your mannerisms, you know, you're doing all this stuff, a lot of wild stuff that you weren't even, you know, what I mean by wild, I mean, and here's what I mean, is that you're doing a bunch of movements that make no sense to what I want you to do, which is just find your ID. You know what I'm saying? You keep reaching and moving. So what you looking for, man?
Okay, so the cops' red flags are going off like crazy. All he asked for is his ID. He's getting weird answers. Well, anytime you ask somebody a question and they don't, either if they don't answer the question or if they start giving excess information past the question that you asked, there's something going on. The cops know this. He's been reaching all over the place looking for his ID. That doesn't make any sense. You should know where your ID is. So the cop knows something's up.
I don't need your registration. Uh-oh, no. So, you have
And
anything in the car?
and now he's not even following directions. He's like, "I'm looking for the registration." Well, that's not what I asked you for.
At all?
Yes, I actually have my firearm.
Oh, and now
Okay,
there's a
so
big
I'm
red
alright.
flag.
And,
Can I grab the receipt for my firearm?
Okay, as soon as I heard that the first time, I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." Okay. Um, why do you have a receipt for your firearm just chilling in the car with you? In Florida, you cannot go and purchase a handgun and get it that day. You can't. There's a waiting period. They're going to run you through FDLE. They're going to take your fingerprints. They're going to make sure you're not a felon. They're going to do all kinds of stuff, and then they're going to let that purchase go through, and then you're going to be able to come and pick up your firearm 7 days later after the time of purchase, depending on whether the company that gets a hold of FDLE and they get the report back in time. How do I know this? Because I used to work at a store that sold guns. So it's really odd for me that, one, he has a receipt, and two, he's asking to give it to him. Because here's why: your receipt doesn't prove that you own it or you paid for it. Okay, because what if the receipt said it was paid in cash? How does he know that it belongs to you? It doesn't have any type of ownership on the receipt. No, no, no. And more importantly, if you've bought a gun, you should understand how all of this works, and you know that all he has to do is run the serial number on it to find out who it belongs to. So your receipt doesn't matter. That bothers me.
No, I'll get
It also gives him a chance to reach back into the vehicle.
all that in just a second. I want you reaching.
See, doesn't want to reach. Exactly.
Where's it at?
He sounds like a good old boy, the cop. Just a little bit, not the worst I've ever seen, because believe it or not, Florida's not the South. The Panhandle's the South, but like once you get past the Panhandle, it no longer becomes like what you would consider of like redneck country.
In your jacket? All right, hop on that for me.
Now he asks him where the gun is. It's in his jacket.
That's fine. I'll get it in just a second. Turn that way for me. No problem.
No problems. See, everything so far seems to be cordial, except for the fact that also, as a responsible firearm owner, as soon as you get pulled over, that needs to be one of the first things you tell the officer. Hey, officer, how you doing? Before we get started, you tell me what I've done wrong. I'd like to let you know that there's a firearm present in the vehicle for your safety and mine. That's simple. Because then it's gonna change the way he conducts his investigation and things. But at least he knows about it, and it's gonna give you a fucking ton of points into going the right way, because he's gonna understand you have his safety in mind as well. So I just there's a lot of things with this that really bother me. Also, it's sitting in his passenger side seat
You got
in
anything
his
else in your car?
jacket.
Like, see, like,
Okay, so not visible, but this is his jacket, which it's in.
weed flakes flaking off of you.
No, sir.
We just got the roll in the blunt.
No, sir.
Okay. Why you smell like the way you smell?
I actually smoking hemp.
Okay, well, that I'm sure just sounds like a lie. And regardless of whether he's smoking hemp or not, his argument for it in a second doesn't make any sense.
You got anything else in your car at all?
No, sir.
Nothing illegal? You sure? Okay. Mind if we search your vehicle?
No, sir.
You don't mind?
I do mind. There's nothing illegal with such a vehicle, sir. I have my legal firearm. That's about it.
And that's about it. Okay, well, that's not it. That's about it.
Given the fact that you stay still.
Oh, sorry about that.
And see, now he's still being fidgety.
Off your shirt.
Now, I'm gonna try and play devil's advocate right here. The cop doesn't fucking know that that's marijuana. He can smell that shit, but man, I've ran across things that smell like weed and are not weed. So
The way they are. Okay, that's a no-no. Because you don't have a marijuana card, do you?
No, sir.
Okay.
But why he's doing? Here's his argument. But I know that hemp is illegal in the state of Florida, sir. Well, if you know that hemp is illegal, which I don't think, I don't know. I don't know if hemp is illegal, but regardless of the fact, like, you're just now admitting that it's illegal regardless of what it is. And if that's right, it doesn't matter whether it's marijuana or hemp coming off of your And for those of you who don't know, hemp is the male version of the plant, and marijuana is the female version. Just putting that out there.
But that wasn't him that you had flicking off of you.
It was, sir.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Now notice,
Something else in the car?
he passes by the marijuana. Even though he says it's marijuana, he knows that it smells like marijuana, and more than likely it is marijuana. That's not what he gets him on.
Bro.
No, sir.
Okay, what kind of firearm do you have in your car?
A Glock 26.
And he knows that. He knows that he can't make those flakes stick for anything, so he's going to move to something that he can have stick, and that's that firearm.
Where is it at?
In my jacket, located right there inside my jacket.
Okay. You have a concealed weapon permit?
No, sir. It's in the jacket, concealed. Well, it's in the jacket. According to law, doesn't it have to be? I know it has to be put away when it's inside of the vehicle, and it's away inside of my jacket, inside of the vehicle.
So,
Okay, so here's how this works for all of you fucking lefties, because this is what I see a lot. You use words that mean something different than what you mean. Because you're your gun is wrapped inside of your jacket, that does not make it secure or concealed by the requirements of the state of Florida. And just because that's how you've manipulated your own dumb fuck self and your own dumb fuck brain into thinking that's how it works, doesn't mean that's fucking reality. And that's one of the biggest problems I see with the left right now. You, you guys are so fucking delusional. You manipulate yourself into thinking that whatever goes on in your little brain is how the world fucking works.
Is it in the holster?
It's inside of the jacket.
No, so that
The
means
jacket's away.
nope. So
So the jacket's away. The jacket's away. The jacket is sitting on your fucking passenger seat, you dumb fuck.
the state of Florida, it needs to be
Either in a glove compartment
locked
locked
away
away. Ah.
in a holster, or it needs to be in another locked compartment inside of the holster.
And that's if you do not have a concealed weapons permit. So you can have it in a lockbox, you can have it in the middle console. If it has a lock, you can have it in your glove box. If it has a lock, you can have it in the trunk.
To be able to possess it legally in a vehicle, unless you have a concealed weapons permit, then you can carry it any way you want to. Reason being the concealed weapons. Okay. All right. So, by you carrying a firearm in an illegal fashion, you know what I'm saying? It's not good. So,
So this is what he actually gets him for. Stops him about... Oh, there's so much happens right here. Okay. Stops him for the seatbelt, sees the weed, has him admit to a gun, which then has... Well, okay, so pulls him over for a seatbelt. The guy admits to have... He starts being nervous, admits to having a gun in the vehicle, which then gets him out of the vehicle. When getting out, he sees the marijuana fall off of his lap. So we go through a line of investigation from the weed to the gun to find out something that they can do to search this guy's vehicle to see if there's anything else there, because his attitude gives away the impression that he is not being genuine in things he's saying, and there may be something else in the vehicle. They want to make sure that that's not the case, okay? If nothing happened right here, things probably would have turned out, well, obviously things would have turned out differently, but I think they may have even let him go. They might have arrested him or maybe given him a ticket, but I think they may have just let him go. But either way, the guy asks if he can get his phone, and the cop says, yeah, you can go ahead and grab it. He is allowing him to reach back into a vehicle where there's a fucking gun, which to me signals that he does not consider this person a threat. There hasn't been any loud or aggressive words exchanged. There hasn't been any aggressive gestures. He's told him one time not to move, and that was just a kind of a slight little shift, and that was more of, I think, a reinforcement to remind him that he didn't need to be moving around a lot, and he hasn't seemed to do it a whole lot since then, right? Just everything. So to me, the cop doesn't see this guy's a threat.
All right. So, let me get the paperwork.
And look how disrespectful this guy's being. As soon as he pulls out his phone, he starts going through it and isn't paying attention to what the officer's saying. And that was another red flag to me. I was like, whoa, 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 dude, you have just been told that you're illegally carrying a firearm, and the cop's getting ready to tell you what he's going to do with you, and you're not paying attention. That, to me, signals that he doesn't care what the officer has to say. And then you have to go down the line of inquiry. Why wouldn't he care what the officer has to say? Well, maybe because he doesn't intend to suffer any of the consequences that the officer's getting ready to talk about.
So I can see if your serial number's on there, ring your serial number, all that kind of stuff. Put you in the back seat of my car, okay? So you don't skedaddle on me. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, come on.
Can I walk by myself, please, sir?
No, I'll hold on to you.
Please, sir, everything's still cordial. He's asking questions, and the guy's being considerate and telling him no. He's already told him he's going to put him in the back of the car because he doesn't want him to skedaddle. He's even using nice words. You know, it's kind of like a friendly word.
Can I grab my ID?
Nope, Leroy.
Nope, leave it right there, and don't. Now, what happens is the guy fucking bucks and knocks the camera off, and so we have to go to a different angle. And guess what happens when we go to a different angle? Holy shit! Is that cop black? Lets him reach into the car to get his phone. Fucking sticks his nose into his phone like the typical fucking kid. Oh, there's skedaddle again? Now, see, nope, leave it right there. And what does he continue to do? Pick it up. And bucks. That was not a shot. That was just the camera hitting. Now, here's where shit gets crazy. Oh, well, he decided to drive the vehicle and drag 2 officers. There's another assault charge, because we're racking them up super quick. There's property damage. Now, what you're getting ready to see is the officer whose body camera footage we're looking through tried to break through tempered glass. I'm going to tell you guys, breaking through tempered glass is not fucking easy. And every movie where you've ever seen people punching through that shit, you're not going to do it.
Bring you this here now.
Don't ask me how I know that. You're just not. Nope. Sorry. Oh. That shit happened quick, didn't it? Of course he tried to grab his gun on you. That's exactly what he did from the beginning. I want you guys, let's go back here a second. Let's see exactly how long it could have been, because as soon as he goes back into the vehicle, we all know what he's going into the vehicle for. They could have shot him the moment he bucked. So at 5:52 of the video, and this is after he drags them. Okay, so that was 10 seconds. We are now at 20 seconds. About 25 seconds pass that they could have shot him. Oh, now you're ready to give up after you're full of fucking holes. Maybe you should have been ready to give up as soon as they fucking pulled you over, you dumb fuck. Please don't. Oh, no, please don't let me die. You dumb fuck. Now, guess what we're getting ready to see besides the fact that this person dies? I don't know if he dies here, but guess what? We're about ready to see him start pouring out all the leftist rhetoric. My legs are up. My legs are up. I can't breathe. He's so fucking out of it. He doesn't even realize he should be saying, my hands are up. But he is so fucking brainwashed that the words are just coming out of his mouth.
Where's the gun at?
Good fucking job. Oh, guess what, guys? Every single person that doesn't want to die, you probably, maybe, shouldn't be doing this fuck shit. You dumb fuck. Good job. Way to graduate and get dead. Oh, guess what? Apparently God didn't like you, dumb fuck. Huh. Stop reaching, please.
Stop moving!
You stupid fuck.
Stop moving!
Can't even curse like a normal person. Yeah, you are dying. And guess what? It's your own fucking fault, you stupid fuck. The worst thing that happened is they take you to jail for a couple days, maybe a few months. You get time where they put you on probation and you don't have the ability to carry a gun around. Oh, or maybe you didn't want to do that. You want to carry your gun because you live in Tallahassee, and that place is riddled with fucking crime.
We're good. He's shot. We're good. Since I was with him. Okay, you're good. We need somebody get up here and detain the suspect. Hey, I got it. Turn over. Turn over, bro. Turn over. Hey, once we get him to come over here, let's move on this guy. Let's get him detained before we do anything else. Here, you're on the All right, go. Move. I got the car.
I'm ready to give up. You stupid fuck. bucked on 2 officers to grab a gun and then floored it while dragging him. And then when you get shot, you don't want to die. Here's the other problem I have. A lot of the times, because there was a shooting at like a park or something where a white guy was shot, and it was like 12 minutes before he got medical service, and everyone was like, "Oh, why didn't they give him medical service?" It's like, dude, you want them to be police officers and fucking medics at the same fucking time? Like, come on, guys. These people are supposed to know how to shoot you and then save your life? No, no, no. That's not how it fucking works. I don't expect my cops to also be fucking doctors, nurses, EMS, none of that shit. Alright. I think he's already shot by the time they pull up, yeah. Alright, so anyway, guys, let me know what you think. We'll see you in the next one. If you don't want to die, do what the cops say.